Down to the people.
Dynamics, they're different from what to what. But what is more important, EFF is always on the side of the people. I'll tell you what is happening in Sunnyside. Like from last year, we've been fighting this thing of private metering companies. Constantia,
No, don't name them.
Okay.
Yes.
So those guys, there's one company that actually was charging people there by Esselen Street. There's a flat there in Esselen Street. This company didn't have any meters. Can you imagine? Before that company, the rental company were charging the flat rate of water consumption.
Yes.
Then this company came as a private metering company without meters, my guy.
Yes.
They started estimating about 3,000. Before they were paying like 400 flat rate, every flat 400.
Yes.
Now they start 8,000, 4,000, and they came to the EFF. They said, "Hey, how man? This is
Who came to the EFF? The residents?
the resident."
Okay.
They say, "No, can you help with this?" Fortunately, I've worked in metering.
Yes.
So we went to that company. It's a weird company in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They were very arrogant. We called them to a meeting. They came, but they were very arrogant. They said, "No, we cannot stop this," because they were making money.
Yes.
So we took the case to Housing Tribunal.
Yes.
in the city.
Yes.
And then after that, the case took about a year.
And then during that year, who's paying?
No, we stopped. I told them to stop paying because it was. I mean, how are you going to charge me water if you don't have a meter? Because what is happening there, Mashani? Gore, if you have a flat, if you can live via Limpopo, for a month or 3 months,
when you come back,
you find the bill 3,000, 4,000 something without even opening a tap. So, and then what I can tell you is that Housing Tribunal, they're very useless. You know what they said to us? Mm-hmm. They said to us that, okay, fine. If you don't like the place, why don't you leave? But I'm telling you.
The Housing Tribunal sits under the TSHWANE municipality.
Exactly. They said, if you don't want this place, why don't you leave and go somewhere? Because for these people to put meters is expensive. I said, but it's also expensive for us.
Wait. Did they tell you verbally? They told you during the hearing? It was in the award that they gave?
During the hearing.
Okay.
The chairperson actually suggested that.
Okay,
that you should do this and this and this and this.
Did you have a recording of such utterances?
They do have a recording because each and every sitting was.
Can you request that recording?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe you must request that recording and then maybe give it to the people who should do with such things.
Yeah.
That's not right. I mean, if it's a tribunal, what they have to make sure is just to make, because they are basically ombudsman of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if, but I'm thinking something bad is happening there, because even the ruling on mention only the case.
Yes.
Yeah, they will say, okay, you know what was happening? The only thing that they ruled right is that what was happening there is that they put prepaid electricity meters. Ne? So they don't have water meters. They just estimate. They use another system. They estimate and then they charge you. They tell you this month you owe 4,000. And then month end, before you purchase electricity, they load that 3,000 into your meter. Into that
so to get power, you need to settle this.
You need to settle that. And then they rule that is unlawful. It must not happen. But I can tell you, Machi, and there are a lot of companies working with renting agencies. They're up to date. That's what they do. That's how they collect money. You know, that's how they steal from our people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So eventually, did you get a favorable award at the tribunal?
We are still on the case. I'm talking about this, even though it's not yet finished. We're still on the case. I'm talking about this because it's a crisis. It's a pandemic. Okay. Sunnyside. There are a lot of.
What happens to hijacked buildings?
hijacked buildings.
Yes.
Hijacked buildings. Actually, there are not a lot of hijacked buildings in Sunnyside. It's actually houses, municipality houses.
Yes.
They are hijacked by people, criminals. Yeah. Some of them, they built extra structures and renting them out just to make more money.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
so have you followed up with the city to identify such houses, because it cannot.
Just last week, it looks like you don't even watch news or
Yes.
talk or something. Last week I was with the chairperson of the region.
Okay.
He called me, say, leader, I'm coming there. The program is just to identify the places that are hijacked and everything. Then I took him to the municipality house that I know that is hijacked, and there were 100 rooms built inside the yard. How did qualify? My understanding is that before you build, especially in the city, you need to get papers right and everything. It must be approved. But you could see the wiring, the structures, not standing right and everything.
Good. And then what happened with that?
We went there, and then they called people from municipality, the bylaws, departments, and everyone. So this case is
from you as a ward.
No, from us. Let me talk about the ward. From Rena as a ward. I want to make sure that we take that ward come 2024, even though it's not a municipal local elections. We are going to take that ward. If we lose that ward, at least we lose 2 candidates, then that's fine.
In 2024.
In 2024. Because what I've realized that in what 81, we actually do have supporters, mostly students, and mostly our African brothers. They also support us, but they don't come to our meetings. But we know.
But then, how will you take a ward if next year we're going to national elections?
No, I'm just saying by looking. Remember, even if it's a national elections, when you can't vote,
what you are saying is you want to see numbers
in my ward
increasing in favor of EFF. Okay.
We want to be number 1 in our ward. When we can't vote here in Ward 81, we will say here in Ward 81.
Grew numbers to.
So
it will give you confidence to say.
Remember, previously it's been ANC leading.
Okay, no, I understand.
Yeah. So that's the target.
So and then what would then, if you do emerge as a ward councillor, what would you do? Because now you will have money and you will not struggle with filling potholes. What will you do?
No, why are you talking about ward councillor? Next year is not for ward councillor.
I understand you.
Yeah.
Actually, you're saying you're going to use these results to check how well you are doing against. Remember, I said, what is your dream? What is your end goal?
Yeah.
And what are your targets? So your target is to make sure that in your ward, you have more numbers. Even though they are counted nationally, you have more numbers indicating that you've got the majority in your ward.
Yeah.
And then once you go to the local government elections, and then you emerge as the